Well, good morning, sunshine. So we're in the kitchen, and today's video maybe won't be like the sexiest video because we are going to go through and spend a little bit of time talking about meal planning and how it can be pretty easy. So there's a couple of things that I have been putting on my list to try and get made. I haven't gotten them made yet, but we're going to start that process today. And it's going to start with shopping my own kitchen. So I have high-tech gear here, people. It is a 10-cent spiral binder. Okay, so for my shrimp bisque, which I want to make, and my vegetable barley soup, because I'm running out, I made some, but it was really good, and we've almost consumed all of it. I have the ingredient list written down here, and all I'm going to do is shop through my kitchen, see what I already have and what I need to put on my grocery list, and then I will be able to pick that up. Good morning, sunshine. It's so good to see you, Barbara. We're doing meal planning shopping. Very, very interesting topic. You know, but it's really about making simple things part of it. So I need to see if I have celery stalks. I don't have any, but I'll check just to make sure. And no, I don't have any. So I'm gonna need celery, but I do have garlic. I can see it right there. I'm going to need shrimp. Which I've got a bag of in there, so I'm good. I need onion and olive oil, so I have onion. I've got my olive oil. I need flour, which I have down there. Tomato sauce. I have a tomato paste and I have a tomato salsa. Hold on, guys. There's stuff. And I have one thing of tomato sauce. Okay. So I have the tomato sauce. The recipe called for white wine, but I don't know if I'm gonna do white wine. Barbara says, would love to have you send me your barley soup recipe. Sure, I'd be happy to share my barley soup recipe. It's pretty easy. So I don't know if I'm going to do white wine. Oh my gosh. Ragnar. Do you want to come say hi? Come on. Ragnar wanted to come say hi. There, you said hi. What do you want? Cats. They are so wonderfully ridiculous. They want attention when you're in the middle of doing anything else. Okay, so I have broth. I think I'll probably make it without the wine. Oh, I do need carrots. I do have bay leaves. And I have thyme and I have Creole seasoning. So yeah, I ran out of carrots and I ran out of celery. So I'm gonna have to pick those up. Carrots, celery, onions, garlic. These are things that I try and keep on hand during the winter time, especially for soups. They are so good for soups. And I really like making soups just because I can make big batches and then like you're good for a while. Like we still have 6 jars of chili from the last time that I made a huge batch of chili. I'm gonna try and have Joey help me out and do some recording when I make soup this time. But yeah, like the pressure canner and making soup has been amazing for this winter. Like dinners have been super easy, and it's like, you want soup or you want chili? We try and keep a variety. They're good for months. You don't have to refrigerate them. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So Barbara says, does the wine give your soup more flavor? It does. So wine has an acidity to it, and so it adds a little bit of a flavor to it, but there are other ways that you can get that. And I think it really kind of depends on how much you like the flavor of the wine to start with. I'm not such a huge fan of the white wine. What do I have as a side with my soup? It kind of depends. It's a lot of times that will depend on what soup it is too. Because if we're doing like a chili, I like either a corn chip or a cornbread to go with that. For a lot of the soups, we'll do... I make homemade croutons, because I like picking up the half off clearance bread at Walmart and then turning that into croutons. And it's a good way to get a little bit of crunch, and then like as opposed to dipping bread, I have a tendency to consume less bread if it's in a crouton form versus dipping bread in. So that's one of the big differences for that. And then, yeah, I mean, a lot of times we'll just have soup, not necessarily have a side to it. And enjoy it that way. But you can have whatever kind of sides make you happy. I tend to do a very veggie heavy soup, so they're quite filling. There is lots of chunks of carrot and celery and onion, and sometimes, depending on the soup, we'll have greens that'll go in there too. So they're always very filling. Barbara says that her go-to is a sourdough garlic toast. That's always a delicious option to go with soups as well. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends on what soup we're having and different things. I don't know why, but if I'm doing like a cream soup that we'll do, like when I do like the lobster bisque, I don't know why, but that requires like a saltine. Just a plain old, with like a clam chowder, or when I make the shrimp bisque, those will be my go-tos for there, just a little bit crumbled in, and then we're good to go. But if you plan your meals ahead of time, you go through, make yourself a shopping list just on the recipe that you intend on using, and then check off, like, what do I have in my kitchen already? And then, you know, what are the things that I need to pick up? So for the 2 soups, I went through and I wrote down all of the things. And this is the other reason why I like doing soups, is because a lot of times, a lot of the ingredients are shared, whether you're doing it for one or the other. So for the lobster bisque and for the vegetable barley soup, I'm gonna need the celery and the carrots. The tomato sauce is for the lobster bisque. And then, like, the barley, of course, is for the barley soup. The cream is for the bisque and not going in the barley soup. But a lot of the ingredients are the same. I can get all of my vegetables chopped, use all of the peelings and all of that, and make like a really big batch of vegetable stock. And I'll probably even take the shrimp shells and use them in the vegetable stock and make it a seafood stock. Because for the barley or for the bisque, that'll be a really good addition. And so, like, I'll do all of that at once, get everything ready, and then, like, I'll be able to make 2 big batches of soup in one day, get them all put into jars and get them canned.